It's a little different this morning. It's 5:30. I usually have much brighter video for you at this time of morning. At 4:15, I woke up to this funny sound on the trailer roof. I didn't think it was birds walking on the roof. I was really sure it wasn't Santa's reindeer. It was these funny... It was water. I mean, it was kind of like somebody's sprinkler or something. I don't know. You probably can't see it. No, you can't. Let's see, because I actually came out with a flashlight. Oh, look. Yeah, color's off, but it's crusted. Just barely. I mean, I'm sure the dogs run across the yard once. They're going to be making a dust cloud. The only thing that shows up is, yeah, that's where we had the 135 when I was playing with the tires and found out my pressure gauge was scooched, and that's where we left a little calcium on the ground. That hasn't been visible since that day. That's what calcium does when you get it in the gravel like that. Any moisture, it sucks it right up. Number one left the door open on the combine, so otherwise I wouldn't have come out earlier. And we had, Becky saw it before I did. There was some flashes in the sky. They were that direction, which I'm guessing they were probably down around McMinnville. They weren't close. We didn't hear any thunder or anything. And it was 72 degrees, 70% humidity. I mean, literally, even though all the windows were open in the trailer, the AC was still going all night just to, knock the edge off inside, because it only breathes so much. It felt bad to step outside. It really did. And my nose is trying to run and stuffed up and whatever else. But I just thought I'd share that with you. We had that funny moisture thing in the air. I don't know what it was from. And as of yesterday, they say we have 10% chance of rain next Wednesday and 40% next Thursday, which kind of prompted me to not cut what we got left here for hay. And of course, being 104 degrees yesterday, that wasn't going to move anyway. It'd be a little different if we were on flat land and had something around the fields, but what we got to do is all this stuff up on the hill with McMansions all the way around the fields, and not a damn thing to keep any fire from getting to them. And other guys have done that up there and found the hard way. Don't do it that time of year. Don't do it when it's that hot. We had 2 fires in the same freaking place up there when I was still in the fire department. And 4 days of fighting a fire up there that all started because combine shouldn't have been in the field because it was 95 degrees out and, like 15-20% humidity. So anyway, I haven't started the pump yet because I wanted it to be light enough to see when I did it. And I kind of don't want to be out there playing with irrigation if there's going to be lightning, but I think it's over with. We will see. So, I need it running, but I'm not going to push it this morning. A few other little things I can dink with for a while. So, and Becky had to go close her windows on her car because she had them all down like an inch. And number 2's car had the windows down too. I'm hoping my pickup windows weren't down. I got vent shades on that, and I only leave them cracked maybe a 1/4 inch. I try to make sure it's not cracked too much because otherwise freaking bees like to get into things. So anyway, I'm going to go back in here for a little bit. Not that I'm getting anything done in here, but I'm going to go back in here anyway. And it must still be smoke in the air, because that yellow tint, well, that's not what those lights put out, but that's what it looks like. Looks like that in real life too. Oh yeah. And yes, it's more of a shithole than it was. And something I do got to get done today is, there's that fancy new hose we got. That other hose was rated 150 pounds, but what the guys told me is, oh yeah, it's rated to that. That's all fine and good. But the manufacturer suggests, if you're using it like we were, where you're going to be turning valves on and off, they suggest no more than half of the working load, which would mean no more than 75, 85 pounds. So 100 pounds is over that. I'm just glad that they credited me for the price of that going toward this, because this stuff was 7 something or 9 something a foot. So, must have been 7 something, because high 7s, because they credited me what we had, and I gave them, was it $89 cash. So yeah, high 7s, almost $8 a foot. And there's 20 feet of this. Well, there's supposed to be 20, but I got to make ends that'll fit this, because this is 3-inch and not 2.5 inch, because the only 2.5 inch they have was the other stuff. It's like, what the hell? You got 2-inch in like 5 different varieties of hoses, 1.5 inch in the same, but that red stuff was only 2-inch. And I babbled long enough, and Rainy's found her spot, so I'm going to do something. You know what they say about stupid, you can't fix it, but you can drop it. Yeah, Mom just called me. She looked out the window and says, hey, I think here's a cow with her head stuck in the side of the crate feeder. This is a first. She was stupid enough to force that panel in so she could hit her head there. By the way, by the number, this isn't the brightest cow we have. So now I got to try to get her to step forward a little bit and pull that panel in so she can get out. This should be fun. She is, her head's out now. The only thing that holds this side panel is it's supposed to be, that's just a slot stuck in right there. So she pushed that apart. One of these days I do want to redo these, make them so they're more user friendly. And 426B, yep, that's the one. I know she couldn't have been in there too long because she wasn't in there earlier. And hey, this is about the normal brightness that I show you in the mornings. It's just that it's 7 o'clock now. Sunrise is pretty. No, I haven't been down and turned the irrigation on yet. I'm working my way there. But being I'm in here, we may as well check out some cows, right? And some babies. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but the killdeer down there in the bottom just going crazy. I know there's at least a dozen of them down there. That's what there's been every morning, 12 or 15. And I think this is one of the younger calves. Yep. Mom and I were talking yesterday when I fed bales down below. Showed her that 3-year-old of the kids. Asked if she'd seen its calf, and oh, no. So I showed her, alien face, alien head, whatever you want to call him. And she's really surprised. Well, she's out of a 3. Yeah, first calf, 3-year-old, who's done it all on her own. And he's not one of the older calves. And she said something about those youngest calves we got. It's really a shame they're so late. Because even those youngest 3 or 4, they're doing really, really good too. Oh, that's enough, Gavin. I knew I had one of these somewhere. That's what I need to hook up to the little traveler. And I knew there was some old steel irrigation pipe laying around. Kind of fugly. I took a chunk off the worst of the 2 pieces I got left. Just wire wheeled the outside. I ain't gonna worry about the inside. Kind of hard to wire wheel that. Those 2 will become 1. Here, for reference, there we go. Because the hose will slide on that piece. And this one, I got to go get a band and a T-handle, T-latch. There should be still a couple laying somewhere. I just got to find them. I got a half a clue where to look. So this will just slip into the hose. That's the plan anyway. I haven't checked to see how snug a fit they are. And it's kind of hard to do one-handed. It looks like it's going to go though. Might have to stretch the hose a little bit. We'll see. I'd like to put some grippers on here, but that's hard to get the hose over. And they'll get painted before they go together because some of these little pits are kind of deep. And the other thing it'll do, the paint will leave a smooth surface on the outside for the gasket to seal against. So there will be less leakage anyway, maybe even none. That and they'll hold up a lot longer because they're protected. I mean, the inside still has a little kind of galvy left in it. Once I weld on that, it's going to be missing at the end, but that's okay. That's what we got paint for, right? Then they'll hold up for as long as I need to worry about it anyway. And yeah, it's cooler today. The temperature and the humidity are having a race. I don't know which one's ahead now. It looks way bright out there on the camera. It's not. And all we got was that little bit of spitting this morning, just enough to kind of crust the driveway, and that was it. So anyway, see if I can get these things done today. I'm just about whooped though. Sweating my rear end off. Got the pieces made for the new hose for the little traveler down there. Just came down and swung it around that way to catch that part of it. Figured I don't want to come back out here later. And this one doesn't need to put an awful lot of water on where it's coming up right now because part of it's already been watered and the other part's going to get watered again. So I turned the turbine up on high. That's why it's a little extra noisy. Bearings on the idler pulley are a little dry. I keep meaning to bring some fluid, fill them up, and soak them down good, but you know, I forget to do that. There is an advantage to it though, because I can hear that. When you can hear that, you know it's working. But it gets up here in a little bit, I'll swing it around and run it down the hill, and go from there. And this is how the whole day has looked. They were saying earlier we're supposed to hit 92 today. I don't know if we got that or not, but the humidity and the temperature were having a race earlier to see what would be the highest. Last time I actually saw the temperature, it was like 80 degrees and 75% or something like that. So, and those cows right there should be happy tomorrow. We opted to leave them in there. I mean, they had enough to get them by. Tomorrow, they'll be right there. They're going to go crazy. And hopefully that'll give enough time for this piece to get growing good again. We'll find out. Anyway, Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a happy weekend.